Bet, let's get it.
So what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? It's your girl Coco B, and you are now tuned in to 40K Radio. So y'all know how we love to start off the show with our bumper dump. So we're gonna jump right into it.
Friend of the show, former guest, our boy Mac Zalik.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Mac. And ironically, the song is called "Something I Can Feel."
And
Let's
hopefully
see.
it's just
I
that.
didn't do
So
that.
let's go. Let's
see
roll.
what we-
Let's see what we got.
All right, man.
But he be killing it, honestly.
Juice WRLD feel.
Give me something I can feel. Give me something I can feel. You got me caught up in a mystery. Lately I've been feeling anything. It's like I try, but then you know so how to stick with me. Try to control how I be feeling, cause it get to me. Always was there for you, but somehow you ain't here for me. Caught up, don't want to look cause it's fake. And everything I got, I grind, just start this shit up for shake. I went through it, they couldn't help me, they don't know what it take. She said she love me, but I knew one day this shit was gonna break. Yeah, give me something I can feel. Give me something
It's a vibe song. Ride on the highway like that. Yeah. It's a ride on the highway with your girl song right here. Yeah, I love this. Hey man, you alright, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Be the first, the only tenant.
Give me something I can feel, so I know this love is real. Kissing on your neck, just to keep chills. Tell me play my cards, but baby, what's the deal? Try to see what's the inner vibes like for real. Only got one chance and I can't blow it. Want you, baby, gotta show it. When I get it, I wish you like I own it.
We gon' tell you what we think. But we wanna know what y'all think.
No rushing, I'ma show you I know what to do with it. Yeah, situations I've been waiting, no hesitations. I wanna take you to Dubai for vacation. Let's have some conversation. You want no hesitation. Tongue on your body shaking. New and put a champagne so high it's tasting. Yeah, give me something I can feel.
Hey, y'all remember the video of the lady that was sitting on the train with the headphones on? She was like,
Yeah.
that's what this kid is. This is what she was listening to right here.
Yeah.
This is what she was listening to.
Hey, I'm talking to this.
Yeah, I'm supposed to see.
Then it's exclusive too, so yeah, y'all gotta tune in, bro.
I definitely.
Bump.
I definitely.
Yeah,
That's a bump right there. That's
Yeah.
a bump for sure. That's different. This might be a Juice WRLD.
Oh.
Yeah, that
I like
reminds me.
it.
All come for Juice
There
WRLD.
gotta be one.
They
Why
gotta
you
be
over
one.
here?
He over there like, what are y'all talking about?
That reminds me of Juice WRLD, bro. That's hard. I hold Mac Zalik to a higher standard.
Wait, what? What you mean?
Because remember last time he was here, he played a couple of songs for us.
Yeah. They was
That
on.
song that just played couldn't mess with any of them.
What? He played. It's what? You said
That's my
what?
opinion. I
You
feel
said what?
He said we played previous songs for him,
I
and
feel
this
like
song
that
don't
was-
hold the candle to the previous. Is what he was saying.
I mean, that's songs that he rapped. Like he versed.
You sang last week too.
I think this, yeah, but I think this song kind of showed a little bit more of his versatility he was speaking on.
I don't think so.
Oh, that's
I
tough.
don't think so.
That's
Stands
After the
That's
show,
tough.
we'll go back and play some of his songs, and you know what I'm saying, I'll further my point so you can get a further understanding.
okay, but
He's
they all bumps to me. You know what I'm
The
saying?
song's not bad, but I'm gonna have to dump it.
Oh, it's tough.
You got one dunk and 3 bumps.
You did.
Let's
That's
move
tough.
right along. You know what I'm saying? You are tuned into episode 9 of 40K Radio.
Hey, gang, gang.
And I don't know if y'all have been keeping up or paying attention, but 40K has been doing some big things here for the last couple of weeks. We're covering the Drew League for you guys, so we've definitely got footage of that coming up. Stay tuned for that. But I am your girl, Coco B.
Dubby Wilder.
It's your boy Kobe again, back on the set. I'm sorry I couldn't be here y'all last week sick, but I'm back.
Mr. MLB, get some camera time, please, sir.
Oh, my fault.
Hey,
Nah,
y'all.
see, you
Hi,
got all the
everybody.
camera time last week. Now, I'm back. So, you know, I might have to halt the show a little bit. Then my presence be known.
Okay,
My
yeah.
fault, MLD. My fault. Y'all, shout out to my boy MLD. Y'all, my fault. I was selfish.
So, with that being said, you know, everybody's introduced themselves. We are And we are your collective 40K Radio, and we are going to get right into our news wrap up. So the first thing is mass shooting that happened yesterday. This man drove 200 miles to go shoot a bunch of black people and women.
When is this stuff going to stop?
When is the hatred going to stop? I don't.
Every time I get in the feeling like, all right, I'm going to give people a chance, whatever, boom, something else happened again, but it's a bull crap. It's a bull. They ain't going to tell
This is
that.
surprising to me, though.
It's not, you know what, and that's the sad part.
Statistically,
It's
if I'm
not sad.
mistaken, it's a mass shooting every like 2 days.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
What's considered a mass shooting? It got to be more
than 2 people.
More, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not directly black people. This is directly black people. He even stopped with this Caucasian man.
Yeah, that's different right
He
there.
stopped with the Caucasian man
listen.
and kept on.
One thing that they have, racist people have a point with us is killing ourselves. We do that, and those are classified as mass shootings. But you don't see us purposely going no places trying to kill people of white or not of color. That's different. That's some real hatred towards another race type stuff. Like
It is, but
This
you
is
know
the-
that it exists already. So
Yeah,
it's
but
not
my
surprising,
thing is
it's just
this.
sad.
My thing is that it is 2022. What you still mad about? Like what is that? Like what's the problem?
That's what I'm trying to figure
I don't
out.
understand.
If you're that mad at us, you need to stop running your air conditioner, stop using street lights and all that stuff.
Don't,
You need to go ahead and get the car hit and all that stuff. I
Don't-
mean, they don't make no doggone sense.
Don't decide you want to have no old school snack, make your peanut butter jelly sandwich because a black man has been.
I mean, if you look at the world the way
Don't
it's
get
set up,
hungry.
all I'm saying is if you look at the world the way it's set up,
Don't need your
set
hair
up,
done. You can't use your flat iron.
Yeah, don't,
All-
hot
all-
comb.
don't use none of our
I was
products.
saying, what are you upset about? All the big industries in like for sports, movies, whatever you can think of, are owned by y'all. We only had one black president, one black first lady, and one black
But it's because of the.
Nah,
I won't
we
say
had
this
a
for
couple.
everyone, but I would say for the
a
ones
couple.
We had
You talking about
about
a couple.
3 black presidents. I ain't gonna care.
And
Yeah,
one
we
is
had
the only
that
one that
bullshit.
got. Like, come on now, one is the only one that got
that
credit
bullshit.
for it.
And now
They
there's
can
a
tell Clinton is not black. I don't care how much y'all try to say that Clinton is black. Clinton is not
They
black.
did say,
Abraham
Abraham
Lincoln was
Lincoln.
not black.
Abraham
Nah,
Lincoln.
man.
Nah, I
They
ain't
tried to
saying
say
he
he
was
was
black
mixed.
all the way, but they said he
He
was
was
mixed.
Well, what?
Was black and
European.
white.
That boy was Caucasian, Mr.
Black and
European.
white. See, he was
That's
definitely
another
mixed.
conversation, y'all. All I'm saying is, all the world, most of the world with the money stuff, well, as far as America, it's ran by y'all. So what y'all mad about? Y'all already
But
got
I'm
y'all.
telling you, the few select, because it's not every.
And right now we got a black president. Keep her high.
It's not.
Oh Lord Jesus.
She's still the vice president. She's still the fucking.
Everybody
That's
is not.
one though. You mad about that one compared to all the rest of the 30, 40 people before her? Like, that's ridiculous.
But it's not everyone, is what I'm saying though. But the few people that are upset is because they see us progressing. They never intended to see us be anything more
See,
than.
you know what it really is? They hate themselves. I'm convinced. When they look at us, because you gotta understand, so much oppression has been put on black people through history and culture that
True.
we still overcome though.
True.
You know what I'm saying? So when you look at
Sports
people
and
like,
everything.
we still the type of people to be homeless our whole lives, and then once we get that blessing, now we the billionaires and millionaires versus a person who done had the hand out, and now you in the same
And when they
footsteps.
lose
You
everything,
ain't
they
never had
jumping
to-
off buildings
Listen,
and
that's
all
what I'm
kinds
saying.
of
That's
stuff.
what I'm saying. Because they ain't never had to go through. So when they see somebody like you that had to go through and you on their level now, it kind of probably make them question themselves a little bit more. I feel like
I
that's why the
disagree.
hate. That's really why the hatred is there, because they hate themselves.
I don't disagree. I don't disagree. Like anybody, if you,
I respect
if that's
that.
with anybody, not even just speaking of a particular race, but if you have
No, you're
somebody
right.
that hates you, that can't stand you, and you just can't figure out why 9 times out of 10 it's
It's going
something
to
within
through it
themselves
yeah.
that they don't
Every
got
time.
together, and
Every
it's projecting
time.
onto you. So it's the same thing.
Yep, every time.
It's the
It's
same
here
thing.
though.
You wondering why the dude bullying the whole school, come to find out, he ain't getting no attention from his mom and daddy at home. So you saw
Not
see
even
what I'm
his
saying?
daddy or his mama beat
Or
him.
they abusing him, you know what I'm saying? So he going through, he just taking it out on y'all. So he really don't hate you. He just hate what he going through in
We
life.
don't know what
It's like that
happened.
with a lot of
We
stuff.
don't know what happened to the people when they spent all their time in the Caucasus Mountains back in the beginning. We don't know what happened to them that made them like this, but they like this. You know what I'm saying? And we just have a responsibility.
Not all
to know how to
y'all,
do
not
it.
all Caucasian people, because I love white people, for real. I love y'all. Y'all are funny, great human beings. But some like yeah, some
Just
y'all.
imagine a white person saying out a black person. I love black people.
No, and you know what? I would
They're
see.
funny.
See, the crazy thing
Great
is
human
no,
beings.
because crazy
You'd
thing
be like-
is some people would take it offensive, but I wouldn't. I wouldn't take that offensive. He's just stating that he he like that.
Because clearly, you know, Captain Obvious, the person that's saying it ain't white. So I mean, they're not black. So if they say I love black people,
Right.
you know what I'm saying?
It's the same thing as they say how we see. That's another thing too. Us black people have to start having some type of double standard. You can't sit here and say, I don't like white people, but then you get mad with somebody and say, oh, I don't like black people. Well, like, it's double standards. They just,
If you can say it.
right, if you can say it, they can too. That excludes the N-word.
Oh, then no, that's a double standard.
No, it's not.
That's a
No, it's
double
not.
standard.
No,
Well,
it's
we
not.
gotta excuse.
No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not.
That is-
Unless I call you a cracker, you should not be saying that.
But
no,
you just said.
no, that's not the same thing. That's not the same thing.
That is a slur.
That right. Unless I call you a slur, then you shouldn't be
Stating the
having
obvious that you are
I don't even have
Caucasian,
that in my
non-African
So that
vocabulary.
means they
Come
can't
on
say
now.
anything, but we can.
No, I didn't say that. I said the complete opposite actually.
He said that it should be a two-way except when it comes to the word nigga. And I understand that because it is a slur. It's not the same thing as me just stating that this is your.
Now I'm gonna be
and
real.
this is-
Okay,
But I'll tell you what.
okay,
Okay, to
okay,
further your
okay,
point though, I'll tell
okay.
you what. If I got a white friend, we listen to the song, he has habits and slips and deal. That's a pass right there, bro. Like, you listen to the song, bro. You say the lyrics like we all is. You know what I'm saying? That's,
I ain't
to
gonna
me,
tell you
that's
I
a
ain't gonna
slight.
stop the
I'm
lyrics.
gonna be
Right,
real.
though.
That's a
When-
slight pass.
Them
anyway.
black
Come
people
on now.
like that,
You don't get mad at
that,
them for singing the song, but it's in the
They
song.
like the songs that say nigga, period.
Yeah.
That's all it's
I mean,
about. I done met plenty
give
of
you
white
that.
people
Yeah.
that mess
I
with,
give you
that
that.
says the N-word and it tells me that their crew gave them the permission for all the
See,
black
but
people
question
to
though,
say this.
but
I'm
question
sorry,
though,
one
is
group of
that-
niggas can't speak for all niggas.
It's
Let me
no,
tell you.
Yeah,
no,
that's what I'm trying to
but I
get
done
correct.
did it though. I done did it. Listen, I done did it in my high school at Smith. I done had a white friend. I used to give him and I used to tell him every time if somebody get mad at you saying that junk, bro, just come out at tell him to come out at me. I done did it before. Just because of how cool he was with all the other
So
African
he the guy
Americans
that
that grew up
look
with.
I just play.
I'm weak. Oh Lord, I know they
Hot.
said cool man.
The next nigga ain't
cool.
want to talk to you, bro. Because if somebody was really like gun ho about that shit, and he was saying the N-word, he's like, yeah, go talk to my friend Kobe. That shit ain't nobody coming to see you, bro.
Ain't
Yeah.
nobody come to see you, bro.
See, but why though? Because maybe if you come to me, I can explain to you
What you gotta
why
explain?
you got a pass, like, cause you hot about it. So, like, bro, let me.
What you gotta
Oh,
explain though? How do you get a pass?
How do he get a pass?
How do you get a pass, period?
But then how is there this thing where
Okay,
you say white people can't say the
okay.
N-word?
Well,
That
I
takes
got.
every
Let's go.
argument
Once you get them a
had.
pass-
So it's just no such thing as a pass in y'all books. Like, it just shouldn't have a pass.
No.
Okay.
There's
I
We
mean,
made
that's all.
nigga free enough for all the white people want to say it again and rehearse what the fuck we trying to stop them. from
I
saying.
kind of get it, but y'all ever seen that Boondocks episode?
So that's a conversation for the after show.
I mean, because that's how some of them look at it. Like, they don't look at it like they say it. They look at it like they trying to be culturated with us. You know what I'm saying?
Baby.
They trying to be part of the
We gonna see
culture.
what's happening with sports. 'Cause
You know what I'm saying?
they're not a part of the culture, and that's what we're gonna
I'm just
see.
throwing the hypotheticals
What's
out
up
there,
with
y'all. I didn't
sports,
say I
Marcus?
agree with all this.
What's
Hey.
going on with sports?
Speaking of N-words.
Oh, let's get right to
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
Sports.
yeah.
Oh my God. Miami Heat headed to the Eastern Conference Finals. Ill. I'm not excited about that. As we speak right now, Milwaukee and the Celtics are tied in Game 7. Shout out to Jason Tatum bringing it home for Duke. Headed to the Eastern Conference Finals for me because I can't stand some Giannis. Low key. It's also tied with Dallas in Game 7, going to Phoenix, I believe. Yes, sir. I'm hoping Luka win that series, y'all. And the Warriors has sent the Grizzlies home. And they're on their way to the Western Conference Finals. Can't wait to see that series as well. Yeah. What's the matter? What's the matter? I mean, what's the matter? Ain't that?
I'm waiting for Ross to tell me. You know, y'all usually
Y'all seem like
usually
this
be
dude right
ping-ponging.
here. The corn on the table fucking up.
Yeah,
Uncle Tom over there.
y'all
Oh,
usually
I'm
be
over there.
I'm over here
ping-ponging. So I was waiting for the
Right.
rebuttal.
They ain't feeling nothing. I said,
But we also got 2 Game 7s tonight between Dallas and Phoenix. And we also got the, like he said, Boston Milwaukee there right now. But on another note, Nikola Jokic was awarded the MVP to much chagrin of the league. Many people felt Joel Embiid was the rightful owner.
No.
You don't think so?
no.
Why not?
First of all, there's 2 reasons why. Nikola Jokic has played the whole entire season. 82 games. Y'all can look it up. 80 plus games plus the playoffs. Now I'm gonna ask y'all a question.
One round.
Huh?
1 round.
I'm still gonna ask y'all this question. Look at Joel Embiid's team, and for the whole
That's
rest,
not what the MVP is about.
right. So let me further my point. Look at Joel Embiid's team, right? He has had Tobias Harris before the trade, Seth Curry, Andre Drummond, Ben Simmons. Even though he didn't play, he had them. All I'm saying is he has players that you know because they nice. Now look at the Nuggets lineup. Who else out there playing with your kid? Monte Morris, bro. Y'all don't know who that is. I know unless you watch the basketball, y'all don't know who that is. Y'all don't know who that
Here's the
is.
thing. The fact that you're not giving your team no credit
No.
whatsoever.
No. Again, you just said the first round. What was the series?
Like,
what was the series?
The team he played with was the team he played with all season long. It
What
wasn't
was the series
Jamal
when he
Murray
left?
didn't get hurt this year. He didn't play the whole season.
Who, Murray?
Yeah, Michael Porter didn't
Yeah.
play most of the season.
Right.
So, like,
Our best other players after your kid. Now, who else on the team is nice as them?
nice as them, that ain't got nothing to do with the MVP award.
Whoa, it does though. Because look at who he played with. He didn't play with nobody yet. He's still carrying triple doubles every night. Triple double. And he's still winning games without his star players. Versus Joel Embiid, who has his star players like James Harden, and still get a playoff exit. Nikola Jokic, he said something way more plays than Joel Embiid.
They were the 6th seed coming out.
In the Western Conference, the hardest conference in the NBA.
That's been a fluke for years.
Stop it. That's true. That's true.
That's
Eastern Conference haven't been stacked since LeBron days with the Celtics. And even then, it still won't stack. Let's be real, bro. Come on, bro.
This year it was stacked. What are you talking about? It's not stacked this year.
Compared to the Western Conference?
Yes, it's a two-man race in the Western Conference.
What's speaking of the
serious?
Two-man race.
The Timberwolves barely got sent home. Barely.
Speaking of stacks and getting
They were
sent home.
stacked too.
What about this Rico that's going on with young
Oh.
all of YSL, they have arrested not only Thug and Gunna, but 26 other members of YSL currently have been
They
arrested
even
under this
took the
Rico.
dog on the slime cover. They even took the dog, y'all. The green dog that's on the slime.
You know the
They
Rico
took the
really
dog.
gonna take the dog.
They took the dog. He want me to say. I don't want to speak on it because they might come pick me up next.
The problem that I have with this whole Rico thing and with all of these Ricos that they've been rounding up here lately is that I feel like the First Amendment is our right to freedom of speech. We can say what we want to say. However, I don't feel like it's fair that they are using it to indict these artists. I don't think that is fair. Because we all talk about how these rappers be rapping shit that they're not living. And that, wait a minute, Paul, hold on.
They got everything they need.
They got everything.
So they don't, like, they just went to pick them up. Like, they're done. They have every evidence.
Since 2012, dude.
They got wiretaps.
They can say whatever they want. At
Damn.
this
Everything.
point, they got shit that they didn't even know they got.
I hope this is an
You know
educational.
how many informants was in YSL?
Yeah.
Like, all that. Like, this is just hitting the
If y'all watch our show and y'all out there selling drugs, this would be a educational moment for y'all, kind of, because this should let y'all know that
just gang
just because
activity,
the feds ain't, or you think the feds not coming to get you today, tomorrow, next month after that, that don't mean they're not paying attention. That goes from Facebook, your
The
Instagram,
feds follow where the money goes.
Our messages, all that, bro. They really be watching you for a year. They let you dig yourself more in the hole. Just so when they come pick you up, you can't even say you don't know what's going on. They already got all the evidence.
They got 3-4 years worth of evidence on you because they've been watching you.
They've been watching you, and I do mean watching. You don't think that junk creepy, but they just doing their jobs, bro. That's why you gotta be on
Facebook and iPhone.
You right, Calvin. That's why they don't have no
Can we
bonds,
get to a
because,
point-
hey, once you get a Rico.
Can we get to a point where we start saying selling drugs is overrated? Please.
Well, we got to a point where everybody kept talking about how these rappers was rapping and living their lives, and I feel like
That's
that
true.
stigma has caused for a lot of the younger generation of rappers. They feel like I gotta live what I'm talking
not
about.
even rappers, just kids.
But that's people in
I
general.
gotta
That's what I'm
live
saying.
what I'm
That's
talking
people in
about. So I'm gonna
general.
rap about me shooting, bang, bang, I'm gonna shoot you up. And then in real life, now I gotta be about that shit because I said it on the song and everybody think that's me.
Normalize Kendrick and
Until they
Cole.
sitting behind motherfucking bars away from their family and their kids
It's
and
on
all
them
of this
then.
money that you don't work hard for
Right.
that you can't use. It makes no sense. It makes absolutely no sense. Like, it's no way in the fuck I'm gonna have millions and millions and millions of dollars and be getting caught up in no bullshit. Catch me on the beach.
See, but
Okay.
it's our fault too.
Catch me cooking out
As fans, it's also our fault
in the
because
mansion.
you gotta understand how they sell their music. Who the ones buying it? We the ones who giving them the supply and demand. So it's up to us whether they gonna stop doing it or not. It's not really up to them.
I'm saying it's not necessarily, it's nothing wrong with you rapping about the shit that you rapping about. But shit, old school had the common sense to be like, I'm a rap about the shit.
But
But they're raps.
right.
Like, I'm just rapping it. I'm not out here every day trying to take my raps to heart and live this shit.
And
I
those
need
weren't
people
the
to
only type
believe
of raps that was
that
out
these
there.
raps are me.
That's true.
Like, you had diversity, like
That's true.
A Tribe Called Quest. They like people like that, the conscious
oh
rappers.
my God. They're
And
like
we
so-
still have conscious rappers.
But it's not popularized now. It's not popularized.
I still love me a good conscious rapper. I've seen people
Who,
going back and
other
forth
than Kendrick
about
Lamar?
Kendrick's new album.
That's it.
I fuck with it.
That's it.
I haven't
Kendrick
heard
and
it.
Cole is the only two artists who made that step in the industry for them to be acceptable. Other than them two, who else?
Wale. Throw Wale in there. Yeah, I don't sleep on Wale, bro.
I'm not sleeping on him. Come on, bro.
Top conscious rapper.
You don't hear him talking about it. Nobody cares about Wale. Let's be real. Fell off. Next.
I mean, if
Jordan
Wale
fell off.
was to
Jordan
drop an
fell
album
off.
right
He
now,
dropped the album,
I'd
bro.
play it.
Wale fell off.
Wale
bro.
If Wale was to drop an album right now, I'd play it.
I guess.
I
Jordan.
I mean, I had it for
Jordan
you.
Lucas is the only other conscious rapper that is pretty much up there with Kendrick and Cole. That's
Are
it.
you serious?
I'm so serious. So you don't really hear about nobody, and people
I
don't
ain't
even care
gonna lie,
about
I
him.
heard Wale married to what's her name?
What's
So,
the
what's
your name?
Trend. I heard this a couple years ago.
I don't know.
That's
So
just
it's true or
speculation.
not, but I heard about Wale now. I didn't even want to talk about him. But anyway,
Yeah,
yeah.
he fell off
Yeah.
big time.
That's probably why he fell off.
It's not his fault for why he fell off. It's because, like I just said, the type of music he makes is not pop. Just like Rhapsody. Y'all probably don't even know who that is.
If Soulja Boy can still rap,
Do you
then
know? Because she
Wale
from
can
she's
still
from
rap.
North Carolina. A lot of people don't know about her though. Because her music, and then she in a female rap genre. So imagine her music versus like Cardi and Megan.
Rhapsody been out for almost
A long
15
time,
years.
exactly. Her, in my opinion, her music is way better than all them females. Cause she don't really talk about the basic topics that they talk about. You know what I'm saying? She talk about some real serious topics. But however, don't nobody want to have those type of conversations. Everybody want to listen to music and have fun, which is not nothing wrong with that. But you know what I'm saying?
I
It's
mean,
basic.
Calvin said Ye is considered a conscious rapper, which is true. He,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, why? Yeah.
But you gotta listen because you know
Yeah.
Kanye throw a little shit in there, throw you off here once in a while. He want to make you think on purpose.
Yeah.
Kanye said he is the motherfucking.
He missed the shock value himself, man.
He said I'm the modern day. What's his name? Sophocles.
His album was alright.
It was alright.
Socrates.
I was
can't get it out.
Boy,
disappointed.
you not to be rapping
He's
that
like the
long.
modern day Socrates. He just want to teach everybody. Like, I'm gonna make you think.
Yes.
So I'm gonna drop you this nice ass beat, and I'm gonna drop a few punchlines in there for you to be like, oh shit.
Really, that
But
whole,
the rest of the way, I'm about to give you a whole bunch.
that whole Donda album was really about him and his marriage with Kim K. Be really
Kanye's a
interesting.
distraction.
Huh?
Kanye's a
At this point, yes. He used to be the dude to
Right
talk about
now.
the serious stuff. Like, when I hate to say it like this, but it's the truth. Before his mom's died, he was that dude that would really get you to sit down and really think about some stuff like J. Cole and Kendrick. And since his mom's died and stuff, it's been different, bro. Like,
That's because his mind is on another level after his
Yeah.
mom.
Y'all know he was addicted to Molly too, so you know his brain was literally fried at one point.
he was doing drugs, man. I don't know. I think you just need
I mean,
a nice
I
little
love-
therapy session. For
I
real,
love
for
Young
real.
Thug, you know what I'm saying, dresses and all, so I hope.
Boy, they gonna have fun with you and hell, boy.
Y'all didn't see that video that he
I
said
know.
if he get jumped up, he gonna get some breast implants so he can go with the females, claim himself to be a transgender so he gonna sit with the females.
Oh, shit. That
Yeah,
might
he
work.
said
He
we
gonna
gonna
end
do
up in a male
He
prison
said,
with
he said,
kids.
get that, have me a whole tonight.
And he gonna get a white judge from Fulton County, Georgia, be like,
Well, they in a letter, bro, and them gay laws
Yeah,
are
no,
serious in
listen,
Atlanta,
and Fulton
so.
County is not about to play with them.
you know.
But, you know,
Oh,
Get some
no.
titties.
Speaking
And
of-
denied his bond too. I read
Yeah, I
that.
know. Yeah, him
speaking
and-
of like counties and jail and courtrooms, let's jump into Keep It a Band.
Hey.
Because I definitely want to talk about the 3 topics that we got for y'all today. Okay.
Let's get to it.
We got some socially conscious topics for you. We got some. We like to talk about where the money resides. We're gonna talk about money. We'll talk about
Dollar
some
dollar
money today.
bills, y'all.
I mean, we definitely gonna talk a little relationship. 'Cause, you know, we all grown. Everybody is dealing with relationships. Done dealt with a relationship. You're in one. You just got in one. You got out of one. You know. So we definitely gonna have a good relationship topic for you today. So let's jump right into Keep It a Band.
Hey, gang,
So,
gang.
Doug, what's the first topic we got today?
Roe versus Wade.
Now this one for my ladies.
Serious.
I'm gonna stand up for the ladies on this one today. Cause Roe versus Wade, if they overturn it, I'm out. The first protest that they had,
Boy, that's wild.
I'm going, and we can burn some shit down for all.
My thing, if they overturn it, they have to come up with a new deal to include the father of the child. If they're gonna do something like that, if they ain't gonna do that, then just leave it alone.
That's wild too.
You don't believe the father should have some type of deciding factor?
No, it's not your body. I mean,
But it's
yeah,
my
the
son,
problem-
but I have to take care of him. Like, he comes out of it,
you
right?
right. Okay, the aftermath, yeah, you right. But at the same time, like the decision whether she can make the abortion now, I feel like that should be all on the female, bro. She the one who got to give birth and carry the baby.
Don't get me wrong.
Not me.
Don't get me wrong, of course. But I still think, like,
Oh yeah, like
I
you force us to have a kid, then yeah, it should be some. Okay, yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like,
yeah, for sure.
now, if you don't want to have the baby,
Now I tell you what, if they overturn this bill, the child support shit should be looked at.
Okay,
Seriously.
so pause. Hold on, because before
Seriously.
we start talking about all this other bullshit, let's talk about the fact that I agree with you, Calvin. No man
Just
has a
say
right
so.
in women's business.
Right.
Y'all can carry
That's why
no
I said
baby.
it shouldn't be
You
all-
can give the
Right.
sperm, but giving the sperm is the easy part.
Right, right.
Coming from a mother, I have 2 children. Growing a baby, carrying a baby, and then the after effects of giving birth to a baby is something different. It's something that a man can never understand.
Right.
So I don't feel
Right.
like a man has a right to tell a
You
woman
shouldn't. I
nothing
agree.
when it comes to decisions
Nothing.
with her body
Nothing.
at all. So if they overturn it, I'm down for burning shit down.
However, overturning the bill is telling the man kind of
you are nothing. You are going to be whatever she wants you to be.
Right.
You're going to be, you're in her domain. You're in her control.
Well,
How
I
does
am-
how
no,
does overturning the bill tell a man that? Overturning that bill is gonna, and then they don't have no,
No,
they
but
don't
your
have.
saying says that. If we have no say, understandable it's your body, but if once you have the baby, then what? Now we get some say so? Now we're back and we can decide what goes
See,
on?
because what if we?
What?
Because what if he not? Okay, basically what he trying to say is, what if I understand?
We have no
I got
say so
this-
you having the baby, but we got to have say so you raising the baby.
So if
Right.
you are going to decide to have a baby, that is separate from the conversation that we having today.
But what if I'm
because
telling you
Roe
as a
versus
man, I
Wade,
don't want to have the baby?
that's a conversation for you and a woman to have.
Because right
Because
now,
y'all made the decision to lay down with one another and create a life. You know what fucking without no protection brings?
that's true.
It brings a baby.
That's
So the day that you decided that I'm not gonna wrap it up before I strap it up and
That's
rub
true.
it down, you made the decision
You
that you was
did.
ready to be a
That's
parent.
true.
If that's what came of it.
That's
My
true.
biggest issue with them overturning
Yeah,
Roe
but
versus
wait.
Wade is because there are no prerequisites for rape.
That's another thing too, because that's what I was about
Or
to say.
anything.
That's what I was about to say.
So
What happens to
there
a
are
female that
forces-
get raped and she
there-
What about the insemination where the guy falls asleep, she take the condom, now she impregnates herself? What about that one?
Oh, see, man,
When
it's
a
some
woman-
stuff
like,
to
when-
this.
But if she's trying to get
Oh.
herself pregnant, why would she want to abort a baby that she's purposely trying to get pregnant with?
Because it ain't gonna. I don't-
Roe
That's what I'm
versus
saying.
Wade
The
covers
man did not want
abortion.
the baby. He did his due diligence by wearing protection, and she still went out of her way.
Because you see what happened with
Okay,
Drake.
so let me tell you
See
that
what
if she
happened with
does
Drake?
that, that man now has no way out because even if
Right.
there was a
So
way
that's
for
his,
him
I
to
think that's his
decide
point.
that she
That's
could
his
go.
point. That's his
We
point.
have like
That's his
a
point.
man is defenseless, helpless, and has like
He is right
What
So
now.
are
then explain it to me because if we're talking about Roe versus Wade, which bans the ability for them to be able to go and get an abortion if they overturn it, how
They're
is that
trying to
helping
stop
y'all?
abortions.
No,
anyway.
it's not.
What's the
It's
difference?
not helping us. That's what I'm saying. He's not saying. Okay, put it like in this perspective. Which
Yeah,
of us
say
want to have a
so.
baby? Then what? I don't want to have it. You don't want to have it. What we gonna do? Okay, we're going to sit here and deal with it.
Okay, I was like,
But
we're
when he
talking
said-
about
but
condoms
basic-
and people
but
pregnant
basically-
itself like.
But basically, what
you
he's
said you
saying,
brought up rape. I brought up a different situation.
yeah, but basically,
That
what he's
still
saying is
results
no
in
matter
pregnancy.
what the situation
You know,
is,
situation is way worse. But
no, what he's saying is no matter what the situation is, a man still going to have to, like, I guess, deal with the
Go
situation.
with it. Like,
yeah,
we
you
can't-
have no choice. If you don't want it, oh well, that's your business. So that's why
and
I
if
said,
I want to keep it and she don't, that's her.
that's
What
her
can I
business,
do?
right? So that's why I
That's
said
all
we
I'm
should take a little look at the child support stuff too. Because I feel like if a man came out his mouth and told you, I don't want to have this baby, you go along having it, well, then don't look for me for support.
Okay, how about this
Maybe
topic?
not.
Maybe
Maybe
how
not.
they have
I don't know.
arbitrations and mediations for
I don't know,
divorces.
bro. That's too much. I don't know.
Huh?
Arbitrations and mediations for
You
divorces.
think they should do the same for
For
abortion?
for abortions. Sit down in front of a mediator. They get their side. They get the other side. The mediator be like, well, based on what I've heard, if she wants to have the baby, I'll side with her, or some shit like that. Or like get it to where they come to a solid agreement as if they can do it. They need to separate each other, and she go her way, he go his way, or something like that. Like there should be some type of something. set up to where it makes it
This is-
easier to make these conversations better.
What I'm gonna tell you is
This
that
is
if they
touchy
overturn this, y'all are gonna see.
And they shouldn't, honestly.
Y'all
I
gonna
believe
see
the
higher
song is
numbers
right.
in
Yeah.
postpartum
Yeah.
depression in women.
Yeah.
Like, and the
bro,
only
like-
reason that I say that a man has no business in it is because the shit that comes after the fact, other than taking care of the kids,
Which is
Which is
why-
a huge
like
part.
undermining it.
No,
Yeah.
I'm not undermining it like it's
Yeah,
nothing because when you
say
have a
like
kid, like it's expected for you to take care of it. But let's be real. In this time frame, a lot of dads ain't taking care of their fucking kids.
That's true.
That's number
But you
one.
got child support for that.
And they're not
But
paying that either.
Yeah, but your government still gonna make sure y'all get y'all child support.
How?
Period.
If he never pays it, if he
Virginia
never
makes
gets a
sure.
job, how?
Virginia.
So you okay? So
They just lock
explain
their
this to me.
ass up.
So
Yeah.
because I'm not asking questions. I'm trying to understand. So if a female have a baby and a man basically say I'm not gonna be there type stuff, and she puts him on child support and he don't have a job and not paying, that means she's not getting it or she's still
No,
receiving.
you don't
So-
get it. If he don't pay, you
You don't
get
get
it.
it? Wow, I never knew. I thought they just give it to her anyway, and he just gotta pay that.
Here's what I'm saying.
The government
The
give her the
government
money,
shouldn't
and
decide.
he gotta pay the
The
government.
government shouldn't be the one to be like, yeah, you can't have an abortion. It should really be the two people.
It
that-
should,
It should be
yeah,
between-
it
That's
should
what
be.
you come down to.
It
Now
should
that I will agree with you.
Yeah.
on. It should come down
It's
to
not a
Yeah.
one person
Yeah.
answer because it's not a one person thing.
It is not a one situation scenario either because there are so many things that can go around
Yeah.
why an abortion might be needed. And Kevin, I agree with you. Plan B is gonna have a real problem. But what I was saying is that y'all are gonna see
That's funny.
y'all are gonna see like a high rate of it's gonna be an increase in postpartum depression because there are gonna be women that are forced to have babies that they don't want, that they're not ready for.
Oh, you know, some people die
You know what I'm saying?
doing illegal
I was just
abortions.
gonna say you're gonna
That's
see
gonna
an
go high.
increase in fatality rates
Yeah,
from illegal abortions
man.
because you can tell women that they gotta have these babies, but the reality is if a woman does
Don't
not
want
want a
to.
baby,
She don't want it, and it's not
she
up to
don't
you to
want
say,
it.
"Oh,
And
that's
she
your
gonna
business."
do whatever
You
she
need
gotta
have-
do
Come
to
on,
not
bro.
have that baby. Like, so there's no forcing it. Y'all are just gonna see more illegal
I like how
activity
the
on the
women don't
black
get
market.
blamed for laying down and getting pregnant though.
I mean,
They
I
put
didn't
on the
say
bench.
that.
No,
I-
wait.
But you know what?
Yeah,
But
like-
you can't. It's 50-50.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that the women don't have a responsibility. What I said was y'all laid down and y'all made a decision to have sex without protection. Y'all, as a whole, took both the
Okay.
woman and the man because it's a joint decision. I'm not saying like a nigga can't just be like, yeah, we just gonna fuck today, and the bitch gotta go with it. If she don't want you, she can say no.
Right.
Like if there's no
As she
protection
rightfully
involved,
can.
she can say no.
Right. Actually,
You know what I'm saying? So when y'all, woman, man, make a decision that y'all are gonna lay down and y'all gonna make it do what it do, and we ain't gonna worry about the
I
consequences.
guess the female.
When they arrive, still don't worry about the consequences. The same energy you had when you was like, we gonna do it.
Because I've heard
Happy
this
when the baby
before.
here.
If you ain't want no baby, you shouldn't have nutted me in. It's nutted me then. It's like, but you laid down and you let me like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I mean, you knew what you talk so much about bragging how good your coochie is. Like, okay then, like.
They'll also slow down.
Like, you know,
I don't think that.
I think they'll
How
slow down.
many times you done heard females say that for real though? Like, mothers want to talk about raising kids and they ain't want a baby, but then you don't want to nut into me. Like, how many times you done heard? You done heard that joke?
Again, everybody owns responsibility when there is a baby made. And
I just feel like it's so many
and,
perspectives in so many different situations. You should just leave it how it is. You should not don't overturn that, bro. Like, you know how people
It's
like
none
to
of
get raped.
not only is it not a man's business, but it's none of the government's business. Let's be
It's
real.
showing the government business.
Like y'all got plenty of shit to be worried about
No,
now
no.
than to be worried about what the next woman gonna do with her.
Business.
Okay.
No, as far as okay, what about a situation where the female don't want the baby but the dude does?
Really does like.
Like he really wants his child, then what?
But y'all still able to get tubes time and stuff, man.
But this is the thing. Y'all cannot have babies.
But what if she wants it and he doesn't?
Can he have the baby?
So you saying a dude shouldn't have?
We have no say.
No type of
We have
insight.
we have nothing.
I
I
feel
think
like
that's somewhat
you can have say
a
so.
little reach, just a little bit.
I'm not saying that you
A little
can't have
bit.
no insight. You are entitled to feel how you feel. But ultimately, it is up to the woman what she decides to do. Because again, growing a baby is a lot of work. It takes a lot of toll on your body. Things are never the same after you are pregnant with a kid.
That's real.
After you push one, you push something the size of a watermelon out of something the size of a penny, your body ain't never the same. So no, the ultimate decision is up to the person that has to do the most work. And the reality is that in order for the baby to get here, for you to have that baby that you want, she gotta be willing to do the work.
So that's another thing. All the shit that we deal with y'all going through that, she ain't say nothing about what the man deal with.
Because it don't matter. Because it don't matter. It don't matter.
Because when a woman get 9 months to a certain age, the man has to bathe her. The man has to do a lot. Ain't none of that come up.
Well, who the fuck do that? Because I watched both my pregnancies the whole time, all the way up to the end.
Hey.
Like, I didn't have no issues.
We listen to two parents.
Go ahead, play.
I didn't have no issues.
He said real damn.
I might need a little help. I might need a little help.
right there.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you gotta get help.
Like,
And it's
can you rub this nail on my leg so I'm not walking around with my fur boots up to my ankles?
And Marcus is saying, what about the dude's gonna tell you yes?
But all of those things are things that a man can choose to do. You can choose that you.
Hey, part 2 next week, y'all.
We can.
We
You
might
can
have a part 2,
choose.
yeah, for sure. We gonna get back into it.
You can choose that you're not going to be there to do those things, but once a woman decides that she's going to stay pregnant past a certain point, there's no more choices that she has. She got to go with the flow, whatever that baby needs. Period. So the final decision should be left up to a woman because ultimately it is her body that has to go through those changes.
This is my concluding statement, so we can move on to the next subject. I tell you what, if they overturn it, the foster care and the adoption system is really finna go.
And I feel like that's why they're doing it because it's money in it for the
money
government. But we gotta talk about it because the money is the root
of money. Let's get into talk about financial literacy and responsibility.
I think that they should teach it in school. They do not, and I think it is
not all
important that they do.
Whatsoever.
I left that in Smithfield.
Well, I did take an economics class, but
Hey,
I don't think
you know what I'm
that-
saying?
Because-
The IB program too.
Because as an adult, financial literacy
Call me
is
a
not.
funkin' up.
I caught that jump. Hey, look, off the camera, I caught that jump.
Because in your adult life, financial literacy is not an option. You need to be financially wise at a certain age once you are out here in the world on your own. So I don't feel like economics and stuff like that should be offered as an optional course because you don't have to take it. It should be mandatory for you to learn about how to deal with your money, how to make wise decisions
But
with
that
your
make
money.
you take another language, but not from
I'll tell you
we all
what.
took civic and economics in high school, right?
Yeah, I did.
That's what needs to be expunged on. Like that needs to be expanded.
Yeah.
Like that should be taught in elementary school.
Yes.
Like middle school, all that. Like
Yes.
it should be a class just for accounting in high school. Like,
Because when we get grown, them bills show ain't optional. So
Okay. Savings is not optional.
that is not optional. So
Okay.
No, no,
Look,
you
and
don't
you
learn
know,
about a 401k. You don't learn about a savings. You don't learn about none of that.
bonds,
Stop.
none of
y'all know
that.
You don't
Calvin
learn how
is
to write a
always
check.
one of our most active commenters. He said it should be a credit requirement for high school. I agree.
Yeah, somewhat. Yeah.
It should be like there should be a section for financial
You know
financial
what? It
literacy.
actually is I believe it doesn't it count as an elective.
What?
But
civics
it's
and
optional.
economics.
You can take
Nah, that's
something
mandatory.
else.
That's mandatory.
That's a mandatory
World
class?
history, civics, and then U.S. history.
Okay, I think it was the same miles too.
What's
Excuse
civics and economics was still a requirement when I was in school. I had Coach
I
C
feel like it's a reason.
with all the different color
Oh yeah.
It's probably, see, this is what I hate about the way America's set up. It's a system through everything. And you be thinking it's just a coincidence. They're not. No, it's a reason
they're
why.
setting you up.
It's a reason why
It's
they're not
offering.
teaching you these things. Because everybody ain't meant to be a millionaire. They don't want everybody to get to the high class and become a millionaire. Because let's be real.
That depletes the money.
Right, and it depletes the whole reason why they got the system set up. For them to stay on top and for you to stay on the bottom. You know, I don't know if y'all remember learning about this in school, but the caste system, with how it's set up in different countries with the caste system, like high class, low class, it's set up the same way here in America. They tell you it's democracy, everybody got free choice. They don't want you to have no free choice. They don't want you to do what you're supposed to do. They don't want you to learn about financial literacy because you'll be growing to where they at.
I definitely agree. Like it's just if we got a whole piece of pie, everybody can't get equal slices.
Yes. And that's the problem. And the crazy thing is,
And there's always gonna be somebody that want a bigger slice.
see, that's the problem. We got too many greedy people. We got too many people thinking
Too
it's not
many
enough for
chiefs
everybody.
Too many people trying to be chiefs and
Yes, and it's enough for everybody. It really is. I don't know.
Like it's unfortunate that it's like that, but that's how the world's been for how long now?
Since the beginning of time.
Since the beginning of time that
For real.
the object of the game has been to get the bigger slice of the pie.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's always been the object of the game. So, I mean, that's just where we at. That's what they doing. But, I mean, I think that teaching the importance of credit is important.
Yes.
Because, like,
That's important.
people used to tell me back in the day, don't ever get a credit card, don't get a credit card, don't get a credit card, you mess up your credit, don't ever get a credit card. What they don't tell you is don't get a credit card if you are not financially responsible.
Right.
Because it can mess up your credit.
'Cause if you
What they don't
financially
tell
responsible-
you is that it is important for you to go ahead and get you some type of credit and start building it. Because the world is built on credit.
Yes. Facts.
The dollar bill means not shit because
It
everything
don't.
is built on credit.
Yes. Facts. That is big facts.
So it is definitely important for them to start incorporating that. If they want to see where we don't have such a big deficit in the amount of debt that we owe in our country, because we can talk about how rich the U.S. is, but they always talking about the debt. We're going to talk about that too, because that confuses me. How we rich and we poor at the same time.
Same goddamn time.
No, what did they admit it?
I'm waiting for my dog on next
Because
year.
You can't do both.
Because the
I
system
didn't
is a
understand.
lie.
We
They
can't have all the
lie.
money and be broke. So I think that because we can just out here passing
See,
out
no,
money,
we broke. The immediate.
the people
we
in
broke.
America are
Yeah,
broke.
we
But
broke.
the people that run it got all
They
the
are
money.
not broke. They are not in
That's
there.
where it's at.
No, we paid the debt. They straight. You see what I'm saying? Like that's the type of stuff I'm talking about. Like the system
And I
itself.
I agree with you again on that, Calvin. We do pass down generational ignorance because
Oh.
once we learn as the parents of the next
Yeah.
generation, once we learn some type of
Yeah.
literacy, instead of teaching our kids the things that they should
Yeah.
do, we teach them out of our fears. So we tell them not to do certain things.
Facts.
Yeah.
Fact, like not get a credit card.
But don't get a
Or
credit
your
card because
card.
I fucked up my
Facts.
credit. I don't want you to
Shout-
do that
shout-
as your parent.
Yes,
Yeah.
facts.
So I'm gonna
That's
tell
facts,
you not
That's
to do
facts.
that versus telling you that you need credit, but this is what you need to do to keep your credit in line. This is how, and you gotta start early. Like even with Ayana, she get money and she spends a little bit
And save the rest.
and she saves the
Great
rest.
habit to pick up. Great
Right.
habit to pick up.
She sometimes she get like a little, like she got like $5 and that's all she got. She'll be ready to spend the $5. Spend half. Spend your $250 and keep the other $250.
That's hey.
You get another $5, spend $250, keep another $250. Guess what you got saved now?
5 in the cut.
That same
Okay.
5 you spend, you still got 5. You
See?
just gotta learn how to manage your money. So like you do have to teach it to your children. Because the reality is, like we said, our government don't give a fuck.
Nah.
They want our kids to be in debt.
Yeah.
They want them to go into debt
Yeah.
for college
Yes.
and all kinds of shit. So
Yes.
we have to be the ones to teach our children. It is up to us to ensure that we teach them full financial literacy, but I do think that it is a good idea that they implement it somewhere in the curriculum for them when they're around high school.
Shout out to the Black Panther Party because they was actually doing that.
And they wasn't
was
playing no
actually
games.
doing that. They was actually teaching people to
For
teach
free.
kids for free.
For free.
For free. And that's another thing too. Every good deed doesn't need a profit, bro. That's what's also like I don't know, bro. Y'all don't want me to be
Okay,
Because
because
like no,
This could
that's
go.
really wrong, bro. Everybody want a profit for doing a good deed. And nobody just thinking about the bigger picture.
Yeah.
Black Panther Party was just one of those people. They didn't care about making money, teaching those kids, feeding those kids,
because
giving those
ultimately
kids
it
because
was
they're
gonna-
not getting
it
those
was gonna
resources in
rise
the
the
school.
status of their
Right.
communities.
Right. So
Which
since
goes
they're not
back
getting
to
in
what we
school,
were talking about
come
in the
get it
last
from us.
episode. We don't have a sense of community anymore.
No,
At all.
that's true. That's true. We
What
don't
we
have
were
a
saying the
system.
other week, Kobe, if Martin Luther King would see us now.
Oh my God, he would.
He'll be pissed.
Y'all remember that Boondocks episode? Shout out to the Boondocks.
Because the Boondocks been keeping it real. I
They
swear to
do.
God. The Boondocks and the
They
Simpsons.
do. Yeah. But do you
Them
remember
too.
what happened? Riley told him to shut up and cut the music back on.
Mhm.
Everybody was back. You see what I'm saying? Nobody cares about the big picture.
Because it's about the right now for
But
people now.
it's entirely not our fault as a black community because it's just so much we've been taught and learning over the past decades.
But that's what I'm saying. With like, it has to be different because the system's point is to make sure that we stay in this same rut that we've been in for
Facts.
over 400 years. They
Facts.
want us in that rut.
Facts.
They can't profit off of us if we're not there.
Facts.
If they teach our children, they can't profit off of us.
You're right. You're right. No, that's real. If they teach our kids financial literacy, they can profit off of them. That was a big statement right there. That was that was powerful. That was powerful right there.
I mean, that's
Very
all I'm saying.
powerful.
That's all I'm
Before
saying.
we end this subject, it's been 4 years now. It's been more black, rich people than Caucasians. I just wanted to throw
I
that out.
Really?
don't believe
It's
that.
been
I don't
4
believe
years.
that.
It's been
What's
4
that?
years.
That's
It's
what
been
more
4
for
years.
you. They still got
You know what? You know what?
No, I don't know. been 4
I believe
years.
it.
Are we talking
I believe
athletes?
it. I can believe it.
Now, right now,
No, they
it's been 4
count too, though.
years.
You gotta
It's
count
been
them
4
too.
years.
I believe it.
We've been
I believe
ahead.
it.
We
You know,
have
you
been
know why I
ahead.
believe it?
We are
Because
13% of the population. And you're telling me
And-
all that 13% is
And,
by.
nor to
I
speaking,
don't think that's true.
ever since
I
COVID
think
started,
that's
it's
a false,
72% of
statistic.
America
Yeah,
that got their own business.
I think that's a false statistic. I think you
72.
take up more of the country than what they telling us.
I don't know.
Because it would just only make sense. It would only make sense because, like I said, it's been,
North Dakota. How many black people think in North Dakota?
it's probably a lot there. We just don't know. Because it's North Dakota's most boring state.
That's
South
what I'm saying.
Dakota and
All these little
Wyoming.
counties and regions that got what 6% black population, bro.
They
That
probably
should add
got more.
up.
They probably
That should
got
add
more,
up, bro.
bro. They probably got more.
Yeah,
Bro, my
probably.
hometown where I'm from is only 20% African American.
Dang.
Actually, I'm lying. It's less than that. We're actually like 14 to 15%. So you still gotta entitle the Hispanics and the Asians and all that. It's 80% Caucasian where I'm from.
The group us all in.
So
Expect
add
the
that up.
Is it really though? See,
Yes.
Oh.
Where I'm from, yes.
See, but you know what? I'm only asking that because I don't trust all government statistics. I think they're biased.
Some of
I
them
feel
are.
you. I feel you.
So it's hard to take the people that I don't trust already, creating these systems to mess us up, and then take their statistics they're
That's
giving
why it's
us. Like,
important
I
for
don't
us to
know, bro.
reestablish communities so that we can build our own systems for our community.
See, you talk like Huey P. Newton, dog. For real though, that's what Huey P. Newton was trying to do. Huey P. Newton, Malcolm X, and so what Martin Luther
Shout out
King.
to Virginia for the Huey Boys.
Yeah.
Right, for real.
But I mean, I feel like, and then it doesn't help that the current times that we live in, people are not really worried about educating themselves financially anyway. People are worried about living for the
They ain't
grand.
worried about education,
And
educating
living for-
themselves, period.
They not
That's
worried
what
about
I'm getting mad
education.
about.
They're worried about educating themselves on Casamigos.
Oh my God.
And motherfucking Hennessy.
What
I'm
your
trying
boy
to
just
educate
dropped?
myself on get flued
What
out.
Dirk just dropped, like.
I'm trying to educate myself on the city boys and the city girls. That's what people are caught up in. There's really a bigger picture. There's something
Y'all
deeper.
motherfuckers got like y'all ain't gonna be 47 years old at some point.
Like that part.
bro.
Can't live forever. You can't live today.
Let's
So,
put it
yeah.
like this. What is Megan Thee Stallion or Young Boy gonna do for your grandkids? What can they do for your grandkids? What is teaching them anything about them gonna do about your grand? When you grow up and your kids will have kids, what is their music gonna do for your kids or teaching them about their music? gonna do?
Absolutely nothing. And that's why they need to
Nothing.
replace some of these BS courses that they is teaching
What
at
is
the
having the
school
most clothes
with
and
some
fashion
financial
over
leaders.
gonna teach your kids? What is having the most designer and chains, whatever, gonna teach your kids or grandkids? Not a dang thing. I hate it.
Nothing.
Sometimes I hate it. For real, for I ain't gonna lie to you, I hate it.
Nothing. Because let me tell you what American history, what part of American history I use every day.
His story.
Nothing.
No,
I use no part of American history every day. Like the things that I learned in American history, I don't use them on an everyday basis. I only use them when it's a topic.
I honestly I do because I understand who the enemy is, and you don't know who the enemy is until you actually understand who the enemy is and understand everything about them, where they came from. Like why the dude do what he did yesterday in Buffalo, New York. Because if you look at the history, that will probably make you understand the type of ideology where he coming from.
So, but you say that it's situational because you only have to use those when you put in those situations. You only have
That's
to think
true.
about that.
I'll give you that.
Financial literacy you have to use in your everyday life. Like,
I'm saying though,
adding, subtracting, dividing, and multiplication, you use that every month.
No, you do.
You use that every day.
Okay, I see what you mean.
You know what I'm
I see
saying?
what you mean.
Like, so
I mean,
financial
you
literacy.
use history every day too. It
You
might not
do,
be
that's
smack.
what
It might
I'm
not be
saying.
smack dab in your face, but it could be a movement.
Every
something you
day,
see
I'm
on
talking
TV,
about.
something that you was brought up.
How
by
many
your grandma,
times
you
y'all
say
seen a
you
cop
never
got
said
no
growing up.
coffee?
Like you, history is everywhere.
That's what I'm
every day,
saying.
too.
You would not be breaking
Now,
no
you ain't
law.
gonna be using proper grammar and English and shit and science.
That's what I'm
everything.
saying. You would not be breaking no law. How many times
That's
you
why
seen a
history and
cop
math,
got
that's
uncomfortable, bro?
Science you should be using every day.
You would not be breaking no law. How many times you done seen a cop?
Well,
pass
yeah,
by
Science
no law,
yeah,
you done got uncomfortable?
yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That only comes from what we done witnessed through history.
Yeah.
Of innocent people dying, innocent people going
I
through
feel
this.
you. I
You would
feel
not be
you
breaking
getting
no
nervous.
law. 2 hands on the wheel and everything. I'm talking about you not breaking no law. But you still gonna get this sense of just, you know what I'm saying, a flight little feeling because it's a policeman. A white one at that. Not trying to be offensive, but it's the truth. This is what we go through as black people.
True. And
But that's only because
but
of
it's-
history that
it's-
supports that.
And you only think about that when you're in those situations. Like, I don't mean that they shouldn't learn it, but I don't mean that it should have a front row seat before financial literacy. That's my only point. I don't think
History?
Yes.
Oh.
I don't think that history should have a front row seat before financial literacy.
I disagree with that.
It has to.
I
You
disagree
won't
with
know
that.
what's right without history.
I disagree with that. Do you know, matter of fact, I'm gonna tell you why I disagree. Do you know in Texas they're trying to take the whole slavery and everything that happened in that out of the books? No, you need to know about that.
So listen,
you need to know.
I'm
Because
not
again,
saying
that those people who enslaved us, the ideology they had, is the same people that came yesterday to Buffalo, New York, to do what they did.
But-
So this is what I'm saying. You have to know.
I am not saying that we don't need to teach the history. We do. But there needs to be a bigger importance on financial literacy. There are certain parts of history that should be made like an elective, that you can choose to learn.
Trigonometry.
Certain parts. Trigonometry should definitely be a motherfucking elective.
Disagree with that as
And
well.
what is it, AMF?
AFM. Yeah.
That's what
AFM.
Texas class.
That needed to be.
Well, it depends on what your curriculum is. Because if you talk about you want to go to Duke or NC State, well, you want to be or go to engineering schools, well, you need this.
Here's why I said Deli did definitely have programs because
Oh, we had that too. Our graduation rate is lower than both of us.
Crazy.
Fools.
I remember about it.
Y'all got the lowest graduation rate.
I know.
I don't know where you read it.
Yeah, maybe now, but definitely not when we was there. We had the highest graduating class. Oh no,
Animals
had the
said-
highest
We gotta check.
graduating
Go ahead,
class.
Mark.
And we had the most
I'm
honor
Google
students.
that. I'm about to Google that.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And we had
Fact
the most honor
check.
students. So fact check.
Fact check.
And while you fact checking, we're gonna move on to the next
Also,
topic.
could you work with your significant other
Oh.
on
In the same building, yes, but not in the same area. Nope. Nope.
Why not?
Because
It
I
gotta
did
be
that one
different
time before
time.
and it does not work.
I'll be hypocritical.
If you don't stay with them,
I
then
would do.
maybe I can see that. But if
I
y'all
would
stay
do
with each
what you
other,
say,
I
no.
don't think so.
Too much togetherness is a such thing.
Yeah. For
It
real.
depends.
You do need some space.
It depends.
Y'all gonna
That's
like,
what y'all
"Hey,
definition of what
What you
y'all.
worry about
that-
on girl looking at me
listen,
for?
That's
What
what
you worry
y'all
about me?
definition with y'all relationships, with how y'all think it should be with y'all relationships. But it depends. If they are okay with being around each other 24, well, they just okay. It is what it is. I'll tell you because I need some space.
I can almost
Nah.
bet. I'm almost willing to bet. If I had my last dollar, I'd be willing to bet that at home they're not getting along. If they together all day at work and they have to go home and they
Nah,
and
you going home
promise
together.
they're not getting along.
I
So
think
you
I
don't,
got
believe, you don't believe in clutterness.
And it's already hard to get along with your
Who, me?
significant other
Yeah.
already if y'all don't work together.
No, clutterness.
Not hard, but
You
you know
don't
you gonna have
always
issues.
together all the time. It ain't gonna work.
It's
Now,
It don't
I
depend.
like
you
she
cannot
said,
be
we are
cluttered
different.
like that, bro.
It
Where you
depends,
know
bro.
from?
Honestly, because sometimes people in a relationship can really be best friends.
Okay, have any one of y'all worked with your girl and stayed with your girl?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, I have.
You stayed with her?
Yes.
Yeah.
Y'all still together?
Yes. Nigga, we worked at Manpower together for 6 months. Only reason she left is she was about to have a baby.
Yep. She was the first one there actually before he came. Yep.
No,
And don't get me wrong, there's, in relationship there's gonna be, complications and disagreements. And
Yeah.
shit, but the fact that we work together didn't really
Nope.
change.
Probably. No.
So my only issue with, and that's only speaking from experience because I've been there, it didn't work so seamlessly.
I spoke from experience, too.
For me, because the guy would get distracted, like we're supposed to be working, and you worried about other stuff, and he didn't know how to leave our outside of work problems outside
Outside the world. Okay.
Like we
see,
get to work,
He's not ready for that.
you'd still be in your feelings about
Yeah, it's
something
like
that
he's
we
not
was
ready
talking
for that.
about last night
Yeah.
or this morning before we left, and we didn't live together, but like either you was at my house, I was at your house, whatever the situation was. So we did
Right.
spend a lot of time together outside of work.
Talking about but yeah, it sound like he not it sound like he won't ready for that.
I don't think that he was
'Cause-
ready. And let me tell you
In
something.
order to work with your significant other, it should be a type of maturity level you're supposed to have.
Definitely.
And some people not that mature for that, for real.
Definitely. And I'm gonna tell you something about Coco. Coco's a different breed of lady. Okay, I'm gonna separate the two. If we work together and we doing whatever we doing outside of work, I don't want everybody at work to know our outside of work business. So we don't even
Especially
gotta
if it's a
communicate with each other at work
Yeah.
like we like that. But he didn't understand it. You know what I'm saying? Then it got really crazy. And after that, I vowed that I would never date anybody else that I worked with. Now, given my current boyfriend, I met at a job, or we worked the same job for like 6 months, but we were in different departments. So we didn't see each other all day. Like, I might see him in passing, and we just say, what's up? But nobody knew we was together until we popped out with pictures and shit.
Like that. You gotta give me the time. You gotta give me a chance to miss you. Shoot, I can't miss you when you're always with me.
And I wasn't running up on him at work all the time. He wasn't running up on me. Like, it worked. You know what I'm saying? But we were also in different departments. We worked on the same floor, but he was like way on one side, I was on the other side. I was a supervisor, so I could have walked down there, but I'm not doing all that. Like, because again, our outside business is our outside business.
Right. That's fair. That's really fair. I feel like it's only toxic when, like you said, people want to keep being in your face, and it really gets toxic when you about to cost me my job now. Like, all right,
and what if y'all had an argument last night and then still carry on at work and stuff like that? You gonna be like, man, I wish you wouldn't, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like you gotta know, you just gotta be in a place where you know how to turn this shit off.
Right.
Unfortunately, I ain't gonna name him because you know who I'm talking about, but friend didn't know how to turn his shit off.
Won't mature.
You know what I'm saying? And then I don't like saying me, if I'm at work, if I'm on a job, like, you know what I'm saying, I present myself a certain type of way at work. I'm still me. People believe that. But, you know what I'm saying, I do tone it down a lot in the workplace. And, you know what I'm saying, with that situation, he caused me to get out of character at work a few times.
See,
like,
that's when
one time I had to pull that nigga to the side, like, bro, I promise you, like, we can go outside in the back near where the dumpster's at, and we can get it popping right quick. Like, because you keep playing with me while we at work. Like,
right.
This is how we make our money. This is how I feed my kids. So I can't even play with you on that level.
Right.
So, you know, I would say no, but it can work for some people.
Some people, it just depends. It just depends on who it is.
But I would definitely say hell to the no.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I hope y'all enjoyed our show.
Farewell.
I say so long, y'all jump in. We do this every week.
I don't know this.
My friend. Y'all don't know this song?
No, but I want to set my fingers. I want to set my fingers.
See, this is why we got to go, okay? This is why it's time for us to go. Like, what we got coming up? We got anything special coming up?
Oh yeah, stay tuned. We got more highlights, more interviews, and a whole bunch of stuff coming from the Drew League Effect. We got upcoming artists. We got what else we got, y'all? We got promoters. We got entrepreneurs coming in. We're gonna do more than just music. We're trying to reach a.
We have a vision for a mass audience, so we want to be able to reach everybody.
Then we're gonna make a charity. Okay, then after then we're gonna make a charity.
This is the hill.
Yeah.
That's baby steps. That's baby steps. I like that, Dub. We're gonna make a charity.
If y'all want to donate to keep our podcast rolling, you know what I'm saying? Definitely. What's the cash tag? 40K Radio. It's gonna be the cash tag. Y'all wanna, donate? Definitely make sure that you can do that. Help us keep things rolling. But with that being said,
for the 40K show, I'm Mr. MLD.
I am your girl Coco B.
Dub be well and subscribe.
And your boy Kobe again. You heard me say subscribe.
What they gotta do? What they gotta do?
Hit the bell. Or you ain't a real one.
Not a real one. I'm gonna meet y'all at y'all front doors one day. I'm gonna get y'all addresses for real. I know people.
IP address, mother.
Thank you, Calvin. Thank you. We try to bring y'all a good show every week. We do our best. So and we appreciate y'all for tuning in. Without y'all's love, we wouldn't be nothing. So we definitely appreciate y'all showing love. But until next week, catch us on episode 10.
Gang.
All right, y'all. It's time to get it tied. My boy ready to win.
Yeah.
I already know.
What you got, Doug? What you got for us today, bro?
Let me see.
Because you let it pick up the mic. You let it pick it up.
I do it every time.
Let's speak into
Why?
it.
You do it every week.
Yeah.
Let me speak into the mic.
Let's go ahead and speak into it.
Hold on. Here you go, big dog.
Anyway.
Here you go, big dog. Got you, bro. Go ahead, let them know, man. Let them know.
Anyway.
So what you got for us? Because who done pissed you off this week, dude? Let me.
You know his damn job again. Y'all know it's his job again. Okay. Okay. First off, I guess niggas forgot the fact that I could have sued and all that shit, but I did. I went back to work. So on that note, you supposed to be a little more, you know, lenient. I ain't saying kiss my ass or nothing like that. I'm just saying you supposed to be a little bit more lenient, right? Okay, and then you got this Migo up here.
Hispanic individual, y'all.
Hispanic, okay.
Migo means
There we go. PC, man. PC.
Anyway.
Shit, nigga means friend too. Using the right
He
context.
keeps earphones in, so he never hears nothing. And he about got hit too. Matter of fact, he did get slapped with a branch that stood there and looked at the other one out here. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, bro, what is going on? And then, mind you, somebody else bitching. It's good. I ain't gonna cuss that, but somebody else is bitching all the time. And I'm like, look, they keep on trying to talk to me. I'm like, look, I'm getting back to work. Y'all don't want me to get out of whack. I'm getting back to work. I'm gonna do my
I feel like Frank trying to get on the same type of time. He said, shit, they got his head with a tree. Let me see.
Okay.
No, he just kind of dumbfounded.
Let me see.
You see, when I got here, I didn't know what the fuck was going on because I got the tree in my hand.
Yeah, we said he trying to do it on purpose.
But
He trying to find out on purpose. He trying to put his head in the way of the tree.
What's wrong?
what's wrong with it?
I'm confused.
The people at the job, it's just too much bitch.
Coco. He said, I want a case too, senor.
Okay.
I want a case too,
my
senor.
head with a tree falling there. Where the tree at?
No.
And then
My head.
they keep on putting me with the stinking people. This one dude came in the
Lumberjack, y'all all
listen,
stink.
hey, you can say what the fuck, you can say what you want. I'm sorry for my friends, but you can say what you want. It's bad when you get in the truck.
You stupid.
And when you get in the truck and it smells
said,
like
"Yo."
they fell asleep in this motherfucker with the mouth open. That's bad. And then you gonna put the dude that shits every job beside me too. And then gonna try to buy food that we can eat. If I'm fat and I can't eat, that's a problem.
Why can't he take a shit at the job?
Huh?
Why can't he take a shit at the job? I got porta potties.
Outside,
Oh.
we got porta potties every job.
He said he do the Ezell last week when we talked about it. He said
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Yeah, he does the Ezell, and y'all got to dance to put them two in the truck with me.
I was
He
not
wasn't
present.
here.
He taking the shit outside, smoking. You taking the shit outside?
Smoking taking the shit outside.
Outside? I ain't
He
saying
talking about
It's
we're not
straight
gonna stop.
outside,
We're
like-
not gonna stop his bowels from doing what they need.
So he just gonna straight in the woods?
Now he about 6
No
years
toilet
old.
paper.
Don't get me wrong. And the motherfucker.
You dirty.
Oh my God. This man right here that I'm talking about shitting. It seems like he came out the time machine from the 70s. I swear to God, he got the stance. He got the walk, like he got a cape at the crib and everything.
Sound like he got the San
But he
Francisco
stank.
background playing.
He had a pink shirt with a pink comb last time, poking that shit forward with a, you know.
Do he got all his hair at least for the comb?
Yeah, but
Okay.
he stink.
Oh.
Real bad. Real bad. Real bad.
We're done?
Real bad. Y'all keep on doing this to me.
Tell him
Now when I get old,
take him some
take him
Some
what?
toiletries. Take him a gift,
Yeah.
a gift basket with toiletries.
Some baby
Some
wipes.
deodorant and some.
He already
Deodorant.
stayed urban
Undergo-
ministry. He already
Undergo
stays in urban
white.
ministry. That
They
should
don't
give
need
him
that
all
giving
that.
him that.
That should give him all that.
Oh,
Hell, if it's a sign, you so bad.
Huh?
That's all.
But it still
I'm
takes
sorry,
showers,
my
man.
man. I didn't know you
They
was staying
still
with
take
urban
shit.
ministry, bro.
He don't got
If
no
it's a
dog
sign,
on
yo-yos,
Android.
do
He ain't got no
something.
Android. He ain't watching this. But
Oh, you
look,
got an iPhone?
I'm weak. You know what? In closing.
no phone. This
He got
man
no phone?
walk.
Well,
That's what I'm saying with urban ministry.
This man get paid and walk up and Martin Luther King. He ain't got no dog on
Oh,
iPhone.
man.
He stink though. That's the
hey,
problem.
your karma's gonna have you ride in the truck with that man tomorrow.
Who?
Yep.
You.
You keep riding with it because
You-
you talking
you-
about it.
Until I snap.
Right beside him. You about to get a nice little seat right
Until I
beside
snap.
him.
Until I snap. I done told him already. I said, look, I'm gonna crash your truck. I'm gonna sit beside your ass.
You can't help that.
I'm gonna sit beside y'all. Who can't help what?
I cannot.
We about left the man twice because the other dude didn't want to put him in his truck. We about left him.
The man homeless, man.
Exactly.
Y'all all put $2-3 together and get that
Get that man some deodorant.
wash up bag, put some deodorant in there,
Put some good
body
put some
wash.
gold wipes in there.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? Something. So that's all you really got to do.
Oh, yeah.
This is the problem. When I
That
say
man told
we don't
us
have no
Friday.
sense of community.
Right.
That man's a drug dealer. He told us Friday he put heroin in this on, got cocaine in this
some
on.
help. Oh my God.
You know what I'm saying?
Going to hell, dude.
Who?
Then he also, you're right, he also needs help because that means that he has got to a point where them drugs mean so much to him that he
You
don't
don't
care
care
about
about
himself.
why? He need help.
And he's your
Y'all gotta, you know what? We gotta learn to have more
He's not my
compassion.
employee. I'm not the boss man.
We
I
have
don't
to
give a
start learning
crap.
to have more
Long
compassion
as I
for our
got smell
fellow
it.
man is what we need to start doing. We got to have more compassion for our fellow,
We
our
might
fellow
do-
person.
you know what?
I want to tell that man go back in the
We
time capsule.
might do a little 40K cash out thing to get this man together, maybe.
I'm not gonna do no 40K
I
cash
would
out
think.
for him. You
Well,
crazy?
I ain't gonna do
Doug
it for
will
you.
carry on.
Smoke up
What
the
is
money
that
that we
son?
get.
No.
But we get it like a
All
bag
the
of
money-
toast that
all
our
the money-
proceeds will buy stuff
Yeah,
for
all the
them.
money donated will be spent by us on
So
the
Yeah.
we
toiletry
record
product.
everything. Just
We will not give that
listen,
man
bro, we don't
cash.
need y'all money. We ain't broke over here. Look, all going to him. All going to him. Yeah, because
It's harsh, brother.
this is the Lord trying to teach you something, maybe.
We
You ever
need
thought
to
about
see
that?
it.
Maybe the Lord trying to teach you to have a little bit more compassion in your heart, man.
Every time I wake up in the morning to go to work, I got to do this. That's what the Lord telling me. You mean to tell me I'm mad every
The
morning?
Lord is throwing an obstacle in front of you to see how you handle
He
it.
already threw the
I don't
obstacle.
think you held
He already threw the branch at me. He threw the obstacle.
It might,
Hey, you know what?
Hey, it might be because how you treating the coworker.
Maybe.
I'm ready to go. I'm ready to steal my waters. This man stole the water I already drunk out of him.
Man, no, that was probably the first time
No,
you drinking water.
I'm not
Yeah.
Maybe.
I'm not
He
hearing
said he
it.
already threw a branch at me.
Maybe.
No.
I'm trying to tell you, now the Lord gonna slap you on the back of your neck with
Right.
your sandal because you keep on praying.
Right,
Who?
keep praying.
The Lord gonna take your
You-
sandal off and go,
Look,
Right on
I
that
tell
day.
people to pray for me every day on Facebook, and I pray for myself. The Lord got me,
But
but I
pray for
need
your
to get
coworker.
him.
How about this? Sit a prayer for your coworker today to get his issue.
No, but I need him to get
stop,
him.
To stop the drugs.
No.
See,
What I
that's
need to
funny.
do
Oh, yeah.
is buy blood power.
Y'all
That's
hear
what I
him.
need to do.
Y'all
Pray
hear
for that
him.
man.
You can't
Huh?
even pray for him.
Pray for that
It's
man.
all good. I'm gonna pray for him. Y'all in the 40K
Yeah.
family, we gonna pray for him. Everybody that we gonna pray for him.
He making me look bad, yeah.
He said, "Don't be making me look bad.
Anyway.
You doing it for
I'm gonna pray
yourself."
for him right now.